Hi, this is Kimberlily Yarns and I'm Ellie. I'm here today with my second podcast episode to talk through some of my post-Christmas whips and what I'm going into with the new year. I was really hoping to film a video just after Christmas, but my partner and I actually ended up being sick on Christmas Day and for a few days afterwards, and I didn't end up getting around to filming, and so here we are today to talk about everything. First off, I have one finished object. I actually filmed a clip about that one a few days ago before I gifted it, so I will roll that clip here and then we'll come back and talk about the whips. So, the blanket. It is the 19th today, Tuesday the 19th. Originally my plan was to finish it by tomorrow, the 20th, and then I would have a few days to block it and dry it. Actually finished it on Saturday, which was the 16th, and I blocked it yesterday and I'm pretty happy. That was my first time blocking something and it went fine. I was really nervous about it, but it was fine. I was so worried it was going to ruin everything, but it's fine. It turned out really nice. I think it's a little softer now, but I don't know if I'm just imagining that. Anyway, here it is. So I'm not going to be able to show you the whole thing because it is huge. Sorry, that is Arthur. You want to come say hi? Oh, this is Arthur. He's not going to show you his face. He is our little baby, our little foster fail, and yes, he's only about a year old, so he's still in that kind of curious kitten stage. Hi. Yeah. Okay. Brief kitten interlude. I think he's gonna hang around. Hey? So yes, I'm not gonna be able to show you the whole thing because it is huge. And I did measure it though, so there will be some scale. So it's 92 by 98 centimeters, roughly, give or take a few millimeters, which is about 36 by 38.5 inches. So it's not huge, but it's too big to show on camera. And yes, so let me just show you a bit. And yeah, we've got down the bottom. To be honest with this blanket, I kind of gave up towards the end. I was so sick of it, so I got to the end of it and I had done a 10 row seed stitch border at the start. I got to the end and I hate seed stitch, absolutely hate it, and I didn't realize that until I got to the end, and I think I did about 4 rows of a border and then I just called it because I didn't want to spend hours doing it. And I don't think I said to my partner, I explained to him what I'd done, and he was like, you're the only person in the world who is gonna notice that. Like, no one in your family is gonna notice the difference between these borders, so it's fine. So yeah, that is that. It's very pretty. I do like this yarn a lot. And it's nice, it's soft. I like the colors a lot. And yeah, I made a few mistakes here and there, but I think, it's a gift, you know, like I spent a lot of time doing this. This is the biggest project I've ever done. So I'm happy with how it turned out. And on that, he's staring at me. So I think I'm gonna leave this here and we will jump back into me showing you the whips that I have and talking about other stuff. Okay, so I have a lot of things on the go right now, which is pretty standard for me. I'm one of those people who will read like, you know, 8 books at the same time, and will be watching like 3 different shows, and will have so many different like writing projects on the go. So it really is no surprise that it is the same with my knitting. Let's start with the one that I did actually show in my last episode, which was a pair of socks for my partner. Last time I was still on the ribbing and I was kind of struggling to get through that. It was kind of a slow process, and now I almost have a whole sock. So I did my heel turn and I'm now on the foot. I've done all my gusset decreases, and I think I have about 2 inches left to go before I start on the toe. So this is the first sock I've ever made, and it mostly went okay. I don't know that you can really see it because the lighting is maybe not the best. Lighting's kind of weird, but I did manage somehow to flip it after my heel, so now it has this random like 3 rows of wrong side knitting and I didn't know how to fix it because I was decreasing at the same time, and my partner was like, it's cute, I don't mind. So we're going with that. I have to pace myself with this one because it really hurts my hands, and I could probably finish this in like an hour if I wanted, or maybe 2, but yeah, I need to pace myself because otherwise, yeah, my fingers get cramped up and it is just not fun. So that is that. This is just a basic sock. Let me grab the name of the pattern. I have it here on my phone. It is called Men's Basic Sock. And it is from Inspirations Yarn, designed by Margaret Testa. I don't like this pattern. It's not that helpful. I ended up watching a video by Crazy Sock Lady because this one doesn't tell you like how to do any of the things. I guess it assumes that you already know. It'll be like pick up 20 gusset stitches, and it's like cool, but I don't know what that means. So I had to watch the video, which was very helpful. The pattern also isn't written for working on a 9-inch circular, but it was honestly really more about having the ribbing and the sizing. I kind of feel like I've been yo-yoing between the whole time whether this is going to be too small or too big for my partner. When I was doing the ribbing, it looked, and now I feel like it's going to be huge on his foot. So I will see how it goes. Maybe it'll, he's not worried. He thinks it's going to be fine. It's just me. So there's that one, and this is on Twin Socks by Lang Yarns. in the color Parrot. It's pretty cool, and there we go. So that's the first one. Now, I am still doing gift knitting. I mentioned in my last one that I had to finish the one project for my auntie, and then I had 2 more that I was less stressed about. I was less stressed about getting those things done for those 2 people, and we'll talk about that now. So, this first one here is for my dad's partner. These are both blankets again, and this is how it's looking so far. This is just a garter stitch pattern, and then down the bottom I have like a tiny little fancy little border area, which you can't really see because of the green, but you'll see it again in a moment, so I'll talk through that. Then so yeah, very pretty. This is Ferris wheel by Lion brand, in the color Evergreen. This is 100% acrylic. It's honestly kind of awful. It has like a weird silky texture to it, and I'm not a fan. And originally the plan was to do the little pattern like the whole way through, but this is terrible to purl with. It was awful. It kept splitting, and it would just take me about triple the time to do a row of pearls as it did just a knit row. And usually I like doing pearls, so it doesn't usually bother me at all, but it was not fun. So this is about, I don't know, it's the first ball and then a few rows, maybe like 5 rows into the next one. And I haven't given up, but I have accepted that I'm not going to finish this. We're about to move interstate, and I'm not going to finish it before we go. So I'm just going to keep working on it, and then probably just send it back down to her. And she's aware that something is coming at some point. So that's it there. I put it back on a pair of straight needles because I just haven't really been focusing on it. For context, this has been about 25 hours worth of work. I've been timing myself, and I think it's just over 100 rows so far. So my partner did the math, and I think I have about 60 more hours to do on it. So I'm just not feeling particularly enthusiastic about it, but it's fine. I'm gonna keep going with it. It's just gonna be, I'm just not gonna push myself to try and get it done by a certain date at this stage. And then the other gift I'm working on, again, blanket. This is for my best friend Angel, and it's on the circular needles, which kind of makes it a bit stretchy, but this is the same patterning that, let me fold it a bit so you can kind of see it, that was on the bottom. This blanket is a pattern called the May ribbed, or the May easy ribbed blanket, by Mama in a Stitch. I love this pattern. It is so cute. It's not really showing up that well, but it's adorable. Love it. This is my favorite thing to work on at the moment because this yarn is so soft, and it's just so easy to do the stitches, and as well because it is just repeats. it's easy to, like, I know where I am, whether I, you know, like I've reached the end of this row and I know that I have to do my 2 knit to purl up next. So it's nice. It's something I can pick up and do kind of mindlessly, but still enjoy myself, because not enjoying this, but I am enjoying this. So this is the Caron, I'm not really sure, baby cakes in the color Dreamy Peach. This is 82% acrylic and 18% nylon, so it is quite a bit softer and it's nice. I like it, and I am trying to finish this one by the start of February, and I think, depending on how I go in the next few days, I think I'll be able to manage it, and we'll see. So those are the blankets. Those are all of my gift knits. And then I also have 2 projects that I'm working on for myself. I've been watching a lot of people's videos going into the new year, and people you know, reflecting on their knitting in 2023. I decided I wouldn't do something like that because I only started knitting in like July and I don't have that much to talk about. But those videos did make me think about my own knitting. There were quite a few people talking about how they felt bad, that they'd been doing quite a few selfish knits rather than gift knitting. And I realized that I was kind of the opposite. And I think I think I've finished 5 projects this year, and none of them were for me. 3 of them I donated to a cat shelter. 1 was for my auntie and the other one was for my cats. So I thought it would be nice to actually start something for myself. And I decided on a pair of socks, and this is where I am right now. So these are super cute. This is my first experience using indie hand-dyed yarn, and this one is from Rainbows and Sprinkles. This is the other, it was 2 50-gram balls. So yes, Rainbows and Sprinkles. This is the Wizard of Oz collection, which they specifically make for Mountain Ash Yarnery, which is a yarn store here in Victoria. It's a nice little, it's a cute little store. It's like in the mountains and it's very pretty. So this is DK. This is 85% superwash merino and 15% nylon. This is beautiful. I am really, really enjoying this. It's so soft, and I'm really excited to have a pair of socks for myself. So the pattern that I am using for this is the Decathlon garter rib socks. Who is this by? Sue Grandfield, who is Riotous Assembly on Ravelry, according to the pattern. Yeah, I'm having fun with this. This is about the actual rib, and then I am working now on the leg. I don't think I'm going to make these too much longer, maybe an inch or 2 longer, and I think that'll be it. I don't really want a super long sock, so we'll see how we go and how it looks once I kind of reach the point that I think I'm done at. So that's that. And then finally, oh, this was my Christmas Day cast on. I did cast it on Christmas Eve, and then I've been using the Decathlon pattern, but also a different pattern for an actual DK weight sock. So I've been using just the numbers from that and the pattern from the other one. So I started at Christmas Eve, had to rip it out and start it again. But there was that one, and then I also did a New Year's Eve cast on, which is this one here. It's so weird to be back on straight needles after using circulars for the last month. I think I prefer the circulars now, but this is a scarf. This is the All Too Well scarf. And I'm gonna have to put the person's name on the screen and in the description because I have forgotten it. So this is based on the Taylor Swift scarf. I'm a huge Swiftie and I have been since her debut album, and I loved the scarf, but also I live in Australia and shipping it here would be ridiculous. And paying for it in Australian dollars or having to pay the conversion rate from US was too much. So I figured I'd make it my own. And this is a few rows of it. I absolutely love it. It's covered in cat fur. I don't know what it is about this yarn. Like everything is covered in cat fur all the time, but this one seems to be particularly good at picking up one of my cat's fur in particular. Of course, it has to be the mostly white one, so it's really showing up, but I'll block it and lint roll it, I guess, every time that I'm gonna wear it anyway, so it'll be fine. I'm really enjoying the monotony of this one because it's a 3-row repeat, but it also makes this super cool pattern, so I'm not getting like super bored of it. This is the yarn for it. This is the like Spotlight home brand, and I think it's Spotsaver. It's basically like a dupe for Red Heart, which is what the pattern calls for. That was going to be like $36 to get here, and I think I paid like $7 for this on sale, so I figured it was probably about the same stuff, and I am really enjoying it so far. So that is all of my whips. I don't really have plans to cast anything else on until I finish something here. I have some more plans of socks and other blankets and other things that I want to be doing, including already planning for my gift knits this year now, because it is already the 2nd. And but I'm gonna try and focus on finishing something first. I'm hoping in the next few days that my first sock will be done, and maybe I will get further on with my sock. And of course, just keeping up going with the other things. They're all going to be long projects, but I think it will be it'll be fun, and I'm looking forward to having them done and being able to see what they look like as finished objects. And that's all for today. We are due to move, as I said at the start of the video, interstate in, I think it's just over 2 weeks now. And I'm hoping to film one more video before we go, and if not, partly film one video and then finish it off once we have moved and settled a little bit, depending on how much progress I make. I do want to show all of my yarn acquisitions, but I'm still waiting on 2 more to arrive, so I thought that I would do that in that video and leave this one with just whips I think that's everything that I have to talk about. So that's the end of this podcast episode, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully in about 2 weeks, but we'll see how things pan out. And yes, I should get to working on these, I guess. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.